Hi everyone. Happy Friday. Today is going to be Swiss ball. So Swiss ball inspired Pilates movements. We're going to do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of balance and core, a little bit of abdominals. So if you have a Swiss ball, grab it now. And I think the only other thing that we might use today is if you have one of these bands, but you don't have to have it. It's just an extra little kind of tool to make it a little bit different. So if you have one, or even one of the longer bands, you can always, we're going to wrap it around your mid thigh. It's just to activate your glutes a little bit. We're going to do some squatting against the wall. So if you have a wall in the room that you're doing these classes in, kind of push the chair aside or something like that. I'll have to move the camera because that's my little wall right there. Show you guys on. So if you have a wall that's kind of free of pictures or whatever that you can do the squats against, that would be great. Okay, let's get started. Now, I've said to you before when we're using the Swiss ball, if you have some music, another source of music other than your phone in the room that you're in, pump up some tunes. It's much better fun to do these movements, these ball classes with music. In the classes in Galway, I would always have some music on, but I have my only source is the phone, so I can't do both. So I'm gonna have to do these in silence. Okay, if you're going to use this, you can put it on now, or the band. Just place it on your mid thigh. But like I said, you don't have to. This is just an extra little prop, extra little tool, just to make it interesting and maybe activate through your glutes a little bit more. Just because it's an awareness around the mid thigh that you're pushing out against. Okay, whether you have that glute loop on or not, place your feet directly in front of your ball. Pretty much ankles in line with your knees. So what I mean by that is you're not letting the knees drop in, or you're not at this stage pushing out too much. You're keeping in parallel. Lift up tall out of your waist, and like we always do, let's start off with some nice deep breaths. So inhale slowly in through your nose, and then let the breath out through your mouth or through your nose if you prefer. If you're letting the breath out through your mouth, relax your jaw, relax your neck, let your tongue drop to the bottom of your mouth. So slow inhale in, and relax your shoulders, lengthen up tall out of your waist as you breathe out. Slow inhale, and release that breath. Go for more slow inhale in. Good, a little bit of pelvic tilting now. Curl your tailbone under and send it back. While we're doing these pelvic tilts, sorry, I've just come back in from a run. I seem to have a slightly runny nose. Tuck your tailbone under and push it back. So we're curling under and pressing back. While we're doing these pelvic tilts, let's focus a little bit on your Pilates breathing. So you're going to send your breath wide into the back and the sides of your rib cage, a lateral thoracic breath. And then scoop your navel to your spine. Make your waist smaller as you're breathing out. 2 more. And 1 more. And then sit up tall and do that side to side. Inhale one side, exhale over to the other. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that into a circle, circling right around. And reverse it. Good, bring it back center and hold, ready to bounce now. So lift up tall out of your waist. Remember, when you're bouncing on the ball, you're in control. So don't let the ball bounce you. Slow it down if you need to, or speed it up, but it's totally up to you. A lot of the advantage of being on the Swiss ball when we're practicing some Pilates inspired movements is the fact that you have to balance, obviously. So there's a lot more recruitment of muscles that help us balance. So in other words, your core. The feeling of bouncing and pushing up through the crown of your head hopefully encourages you to lengthen through your spine as well. So that feeling of spinal elongation, because nobody wants to kind of fall and sink into the ball. We're lifting out of it, lifting out of your pelvis. So balance, stability all come into play just for the very fact that you're sitting on a ball of air. The amount of air that's in the ball, I get asked that question a lot after I do any of these classes. Really, I prefer it to be to have a little bit of give in it. I think it's much nicer, it's much more forgiving if you have any sort of lower back or neck or shoulder issues. If the ball is very, very taut and very tight and quite hard to bounce on, it can feel a little bit more jolty, a little bit more impact in it. So if you feel that your ball is pumped up too much, there's too much air in it, it feels very hard now to bounce on, let a little bit of that air out. Okay guys, let's go back to your breathing. Send your breath wide into the back and the sides of your rib cage, and we're going to start some movement with the arms. Be careful, one thing that I will say, and I don't know whether you can see it at this angle, but be careful as we start to move through the arms and get a little bit distracted, that you don't forget to use your abdominal muscles. This whole feeling of like having a corset on or a cylinder of muscle around your middle, tightening as you're breathing out, is quite important bouncing on the ball. And another thing is, don't let gravity pull you forward. I know I'm exaggerating that a little bit, but you know what I mean. Be careful. I like to think sometimes that I'm on one of those very big dining room chairs that has a long, tall back on it, and I'm sitting back against that. Use your abdominal wall in front to prop that up, to hold that up. Okay, let's change the arms again, reaching up. I'm doing a lot of talking today. Reach up towards the wall in front of you, or the window in front of you. Shoulder blades slide down as your arms reach up. 4, 3, 2, and then take that into singles. Lengthen. For 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push the ceiling up. It's like a shoulder press, all the way up, all the way down. Just really what we're doing is we're warming up into each joint. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1 arm at a time. Singles. Press. 4 and 3, 2. Good. And then push it forward. Just press forward. Waking up that area in between your shoulder blades. So you're pressing forward and then you're squeezing your shoulder blades back. Okay, today I'm going to do, hopefully, I think probably about 30-40 minute class. But what I want to do, what I'll do after we finish this live, is I'm going to put together some 10-minute, 8 to 10 minute segments on the ball, using the Swiss ball, and put it on the YouTube channel. I think I've told you about the YouTube channel. I've been putting all of these live classes up onto a YouTube channel. Galway Pilates, obviously, YouTube channel. So if you want to go back to any of these classes, or I'm also putting up other little small videos on it, video clips of exercises, shorter ones, like 5-6 minute. So it's on YouTube, Galway Pilates. Subscribe and like if you like. Okay, bicep curl. So yeah, I'm going to do that later on today. So today, what we're going to do after this is the warm-up that I would start all of those with. So, you're just sitting on the ball, you're getting used to your balance, you're focusing on your breathing, you're getting your heart rate up a little bit, not much, but the blood is pumping throughout the body. Bouncing is always nice. It's nice. It feels nice for your body. It almost feels like the insides of your body like this feeling of bouncing. And of course, you're focusing on your balance and your deep abdominals and your pelvic floor. So all good. So this little warm-up section can start off all the other little short 8 to 10 minute sections that I'm going to put up on YouTube. So you can kind of mix and match with what you like or what you need in that particular day. So today with this live class, I want to do the bouncing warm-up, some standing squats against the wall. It's just good for your legs. Great to activate your legs, activate your glutes, hamstrings and quads before a walk or before a run. It's body weight, so it's not that taxing on the actual gluteal muscles, but it's good to just touch base with that. So we're going to do some of them singles and some abdominals, a little abdominal section, which is always good. Okay, push back. 4 and 3, 2, and then singles. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Long stride from your shoulders, so your arms are straight this time. 4, and 3, and 2, and then lift up with your elbows, lift and lower. Excellent. 4 more. 3, 2. If you joined me and put a glute loop around your mid thighs, I'm just wondering if you're feeling like I am, because I feel my glutes burning. So I don't know how long more I can keep it on. Lower. Be interesting when I go to squat against the wall. I just end up on my butt. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now release it down, give the arms a little shake. So that's your warm-up section. That's got your body, as I said, your blood pumping, heart rate up just a little bit, and it just gets you in the mood for the rest of the exercises. Okay, slow down the bounce, hold it still. I'm going to roll and curl your tailbone under and send it back. Curling your tailbone under, press it back. We'll go for 2 more. 1 more, and then side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Full circle. So remember, you're circling from your waist down, from your ribs down, and reverse. Good. Bring that back center and hold. Reach up towards the ceiling with a big deep breath in. Chin to chest, navel to spine, rounded forward. Head drops forward. Relax through your shoulders, your neck, your arms, your head is released. Take a big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, really push your feet and your hands into the floor as you scoop your belly button up towards the ceiling and stretch. Release that again. Inhale. And exhale, stretch. And 1 more. And stretch. Hands up onto your thighs, up onto your quads. Unfurl nice and slowly. Stay looking at your belly button right to the end. Head comes up last. Fix my hair. Good, and rotations. Now, this is where you can bring your glute loop and your bottom, your gluteal muscles into it a little bit more. Bring them out a little bit wider. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that back center, thumbs against the sternum, shoulders relaxed, sliding down. Inhale, center, exhale, cross. And turn. And turn, bring it back center. Change your arm position into genie. Inhale here, exhale, turn. Cross and cross. Bring it back center. Arms up into goalpost, all the way around. And turn. And turn. Bring it back center. Fingertips back behind your ears. Turn and turn, back center, parallel to the floor, all the way around, and cross, and then lengthen out through your fingertips, reach them out all the way around, and turn, bring it back center. Relax them, give a little shake up into your shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of balance work, so hands on the ball, lift up tall out of your waist. 1 foot lifts and lowers. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. And lower. Now, if you're comfortable to do it and you feel safe to do it, bring your arms forward. Same thing, lift and lower. And down. And lower, reach your arms up towards the top of the wall in front of you, lengthen out through your elbows, lift and down, and lower, and then relax them down, a couple of little shoulder rolls, reverse that, and then we're going to go opposite arm to leg. So it's like a marching movement or stride, reach and reach. My glutes are burning with this glute loop. Scooping your navel to your spine, especially when you're exhaling. 1 more of these each side, and reach, Relax it, roll your shoulders again. In reverse. Hands back on the ball. We're going to go for single leg this time. So one of the feet lift up and extend in and out. Reach. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands forward. Get up towards the top of the wall in front. And then hold out there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, release it down. Shoulder roll. Reverse. Stride again, opposite arm to leg. Reach. This one is quite an important one because it's quite functional. Obviously, we don't walk around with this kind of big movement in the limbs, but it is the movement that we use to walk. So the more that you're staying stable on the wall, the more you're recruiting your pelvic floor, your deep abdominals, your back muscles to stabilize your torso and your midsection as you move freely through your limbs, the better. One more each way. Good. And then hands back, and we're going for that. Ooh, these glutes are burning. Going to lift up to the other leg this time. Hands on the ball at first, in and out. So we're going to do 8 of these with your hands on the ball. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring your arms forward, in and out. 2 more. 1 more, up towards the top of the wall in front. Reach. Hold out there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it. Little shoulder roll. And then the last set of opposite arm to leg. So reach. And reach. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Relax it. Do a couple of pelvic tilts. Let me just lift up a little bit. Wow. Tuck in and under. I think I've told you about these glute loops before. They're from a guy called Brett Contreras, who's also known as the glute guy. So if you Google him or look him up on Facebook or Instagram, you'll find him. His amazing work on specifically hip thrusting and glutes. But he brought out these glute loops. And I just love them. They're just really, really comfortable and easy to use. Okay. And you can use them for a lot of different things. Actually, a couple of the things I'm going to put onto the YouTube clips, I'll be using this with the ball as well, using the glute loop. And side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1, and circle. And reverse it. Good. Come back center, hold it. Okay, squeeze up with your shoulders and release. So it's important that your neck, your upper back, your shoulders get a little bit of attention as well before we go into the squats and the abdominals. Squeeze up and drop. 2 more. 1 more. 1 shoulder at a time, lift and drop. Squeeze up and squeeze. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Shake out with your hands up along your forearms, up over your elbows, up into your shoulders. You know, I love the vocals of this. And round forward and press back. Round forward, open back. 2 more. 1 more. And then relax your arms by your sides and rotate them in the socket. 2 more. And 1 more. Face the inside of your arms into your body, just your shoulders forward, squeeze back. Round forward, squeeze it back. 2 more of them. And 1 more. And then wide across your collarbone, trace a little circle with your nose. And reverse that. Put your nose into the center of the circle, not up and down with your chin for 4 and 3. And 1, and then slide straight out and draw in. Out and in. 2 more. Be careful with this one. If you go too far forward, it's quite straining on the back of your neck. It's a small little movement. I don't know whether you can see it properly from that angle, but it's just a tiny movement. But the important part of it is, when you draw back in on the last one, that you keep your head there. So that feeling of your nose and chin pushing in towards the back of your head a little bit, back of your neck, so that instead of Being in this position that we are a lot during the day. That was me on a phone, by the way. Your head is in on top of your spine much more, especially when we're about to stretch the neck now. So that's important, nose and chin in. Inhale here in the middle, exhale, look over to one side. So the feeling of the tips of my ears, crown of my head up towards the ceiling before I turn. So you're elongating your spine, but in particular for these ones, that feeling of elongating your neck. Shoulders are away from your ears. Come back center, ear to your shoulder, come back up. Oh, I love that one on this side. And drop. And reach. Back up center, ear to shoulder, quarter circle brings your chin to your chest, looking down at your feet or the ball or your legs. And bring it back up. Other side the same. And come back up. Shoulders, bring them up, melt slowly down. Bring them up and melt them down all the way. We're ready for your abdominals. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. You can do them right where you are. So you just walk your feet forward, have your lumbar spine on the ball, ankles directly underneath your knees. That's one option. The other option, if you're not comfortable doing the abdominal exercises lying on the ball, if you feel that you might fall off or your back feels uncomfortable, your neck feels uncomfortable, you can lie on the floor with your feet up on the ball and do the exact same movements that we're going to do, but instead of being on the ball, you're lying on the floor with your feet on the ball. The other option, which is the one I'm going to use today, is I'm going to bring it over to the wall and I'm going to put my toes up against the skirting board and have that kind of almost like an opposing force or that connection with the wall as I'm coming up. That one is actually a little bit easier than doing them without being against the wall, because you're using just your balance. If I walk my feet forward and I'm doing it from this position, I've got to depend on my balance and how secure I am on the ball. If you're a little bit nervous about that, do what I'm going to do today. I'm going to bring it over to the wall. I've got to adjust the cameras though so you guys can see me. Hold on a minute, I'm getting messages in here. Okay, let's, hopefully that should do it, I think. Okay, so I'm going to leave the glute loop on. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to place the ball here and facing into the wall, toes against the skirting board, lumbar spine on the ball. Interlock your, can you see me? Yes. Interlock your hands behind your head, elbows open out wide. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower. Now, as I was telling you guys before, having the glute loop hopefully will help with this as well. You engaging your glutes. You're pressing your pubic bone up towards the ceiling, and we're not folding at this hip joint. We're folding right here underneath your ribs. So that's where the movement comes from. It's that feeling of shortening the area between your rib cage and your pelvis. So like an accordion, like the six pack that's there, the superficial abdominals are like an accordion, squeezing in as you come up. We're combining that with your deep abdominals from a Pilates point of view. You're inhaling, you're continuing to inhale wide into your fish's gills, into the back and sides of your rib cage, and you're drawing your belly button to your spine as you exhale and come up. So you've got the combination of the rectus abdominis or the superficial muscles, like an accordion squeezing, and the deep abdominal muscles, the ones that are underneath that again, tightening in like a wide belt or a corset. Okay, so let's combine those two. Take breaths whenever you need to. If you have the band around your mid-thigh, push out against it. It helps to keep the glutes engaged. Okay, let's go with it. Interlock your fingers behind your head, elbows open out wide, and take an inhale here. Exhale up. Inhale at the top. Exhale lower. Inhale at the bottom. Squeeze it up. Inhale at the top. Exhale lower. Inhale at the top. Exhale lower. Inhale at the top, exhale lower. 4 more of them. Inhale at the bottom, squeeze it up. Inhale at the top, exhale lower. And lower. Inhale at the bottom, squeeze up. Inhale at the top, pushing your lower back into the ball. and lower, and then bring it back up, and like you're trying to touch the wall in front, reach, shoulders sliding down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back into position, elbows out wide. Inhale, speeding that last one up. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And lift. Bring it back up. Pulse it again. Little pulses for 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Swapping the breathing around this time. So elbows out wide. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Lift and lower. 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Lift and lower. 1 more. Lift and lower, and then bring it back up and pulse it. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Relax it back. Have a little stretch. So head back on the ball, roll forward a little bit if it's uncomfortable on your neck. If you find it uncomfortable to have your head back like this, you can always keep your head up. If it's fine, if you're not feeling any discomfort there, and if you feel okay with it, it's not making you feel dizzy, head comes back against the ball and arms open out wide. You can see the inside of my arms facing up to the ceiling. 2 more here. 1 more. Feels good. Good. Hands back into position. Set yourself up again. Pushing into your glute loop if you have one on. Activate your glutes. Hands into position. 2 and 2s this time. Slow ones first. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Lift. Inhale at the top and back and back. Inhale at the bottom. Lift. 2. Inhale at the top and back 2. Inhale at the bottom. And lift and lift. Inhale at the top and back and back. And lift, squeeze, and back. 3 more sets. Lift, lift, and back. Keep your elbows wide so you're not kind of encouraged to lift up with your upper body. So you want to make sure your elbows are wide. Yes, your hands are supporting your head, but they're not pushing you forward or lifting you forward. That's all abs. Lift, lift, inhale at the top, back, and then bring it up, arms forward, pulse it. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back into position again, and we're speeding up that last one. So looking up at the ceiling, elbows wide, push out into your band, activate your glutes. Inhale and lift, lift. Inhale, back, back. Exhale, lift, lift. Inhale, back, back. Lift, lift. 4 more sets. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Lift, lift. Back, back. Bring it back up and pulse it. Now guys, you should feel a burn going on in your abdominals. If you don't, if by chance you don't, you have to look at a couple of things. And like I've said to you before, send me little video clips if you want me to assess what you're doing, and I can do the best I can to help with it. But really, if you're not feeling your abdominals burning at this stage, and they really should, then it's more than likely that the body has decided it doesn't really want to do them things, and it's got you down too far, and you're folding a lot here. See, that kind of movement is so much easier on my abdominals. My quads and my hip flexors are working a bit harder, but that's not the area we want to work. I could probably do them all day. So could you. So if your abdominals aren't burning, you've got to look at maybe you're not lifting up through your pelvis enough and you're folding too much here. That joint should hardly fold at all. It should stay pretty much straight or open, I suppose is a better way of putting it, all through these exercises. Okay, hands into position. This time we're doing 3 in 1. So looking up at the ceiling, inhale. Lift it up for 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top, back in 1. Inhale at the bottom, lift it up for 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top, back in 1. Lift it 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top, back in 1. 3 more sets. Lift, lift, lift. Inhale at the top, back in 1. 2 more. Lift, 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 and back in 1, and 1 more. Lift it 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top, back in 1. Bring it back up and pulse it for 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back into position, swapping that breathing around. Inhale here at the bottom, 1 big step to lift. Inhale at the top, slow back for 3, 2, 1. Slow back for 3, 2, 1. Slow back, 3, 2, 1. 3 more of them. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. 1 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up and pulse it for 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Relax it back. Head back on the ball if it's comfortable for you to do that. We're going to bring your arms up, back, and around. Okay, I've got the chair in the way, so I'll do my best at these. Up, back, and around. Three more this direction. Back and around. Bring your arms down towards the floor with each circle. 2 more. 1 more. And reverse it. Out to the side. And up and over. Out to the side. And up and over. 3 more. And up and over. 2 more. 1 more. And up and over. And then relax your arms out to the side and breathe into it. Good. Excellent. Hands back into position. Change it into another exercise. This time we're doing little pulses from 1 to 10. So adjust yourself. Make sure your lumbar spine feels like it's supported. Pushing into the ball. Hands back into position. Activate your glutes. Push into your glute loop. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring it up and pulse it for 1. Inhale at the top. Exhale back. Inhale at the bottom. Lift up and pulse for 2. Inhale at the top. Squeeze it back. Inhale at the bottom. Lift up and pulse for 3. Inhale at the top. Squeeze it back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and squeeze back. Lift up and pulse this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top. Squeeze it back. Inhale at the bottom. Lift up and pulse it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top. Squeeze it back. Inhale at the bottom. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top. Squeeze it back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top. Squeeze back. Lift up and pulse it for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And squeeze back. And 1 more set. Inhale at the bottom. Lift up and pulse it for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one, squeeze. Whew, release it back, good job. Arms reach back towards the wall behind. Sink down into this and just breathe. And then if you're comfortable to, reach it back and open up into your hip flexors a little bit more. Good. Relax in your lower back as much as you can. Nice stretch for the abdominals. Back up into position. This is the last set of abdominals we're doing today. And these are crisscrosses. They're like the crisscross, or trying to be similar to the crisscross in classical Pilates. So interlocking your hands behind your head again. Okay, slow ones first. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, center, rotate to one side. Inhale, back to the middle. Rotate to the other side, center, and down. Bring it up. Inhale. Exhale, cross. And back. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, curl it up. Center, cross, center, cross, center. Release it back. Cross, center, cross, center. Release it back. 4 more sets. Cross, center, cross, center. Release it back. 3 more. Cross, center, cross, center. Release back. 2 more. Cross, cross, center, and back. And 1 more. Cross, cross, center, and back. Quick stretch. Bring it back up again for pulses, little squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back into position. We're going to do a faster set of those crisscrosses. So interlocking your fingers. Big deep breath in. Curl it up to the top. Now make sure you're opened up in that hip joint. And cross, cross. Cross and cross. 4 more sets. 3 more sets. 2 more. And last one. And relax it. Good. Stretch it out wherever your back wants to stretch. Take a couple of big deep breaths. 1 more. Good. And then walk yourself back into seated position. So hands on the ball. Walk yourself back nice and slowly. Come up into seated. Am I still in shot? And then just do a couple of little pelvic tilts. Curl under and press back. Tuck under and back. 2 more. 1 more. And side to side. One side over to the other for 4, 3, 2, 1. Full circle. So just giving the back a little bit of a stretch. After all those abdominal exercises, reach and lengthen up through the crown of your head, tips of your ears up towards the ceiling as you're doing these circles. Come back center. We're going in for a spine stretch. So sitting tall, reach up towards the ceiling, inhale, chin to chest, belly button pulling in, round it forward, head and shoulders relax. Inhale wide, push the floor away as you exhale. One more. Hands up onto your quads, unfurl nice and slowly, shoulders slide down. Head comes up last and ready for the squats against the wall. So hopefully you're still beside your wall. If you're not, run over to it now. Leaving the glute loop there, so I keep it activated. I don't know whether I'll be sorry, probably later when I can't walk. We're starting with a narrow position with your feet. So lumbar spine is supported by the ball. So get the ball, put it into the small of your back. So it's very, find your spot. You know, find it where you feel, yes, that feels secure. I should say if you're doing these on a wooden floor, on a tile floor, make sure you're in your bare feet or that your feet feel sticky on it. If you're in socks, obviously you'll slip. If you're on a carpet like me, it should be fine. Lumbar spine supported, relax. Now the difference with this, the squat with the ball and a normal squat, is you're staying upright. So you get a chance to really focus on your abdominals and your core. You don't have to worry about balancing because you're pushing against the wall. So you can focus a lot on what's happening with your glutes, really pushing and engaging the glutes as you come up. We're starting with a narrow enough position. If you've got the glute loop on, push into that to activate right up through the glutes all the way up. Relax to your shoulders. Take a deep breath in as you sit down. And exhale, press it up. So let me make sure I'm not against the windowsill. Okay, so let's go with 8 of those. So inhale as you sit. Now notice how my feet are forward enough that when I'm down at the lower part of the position, my toes are still forward of my knees. So you need to slide your feet out enough that that happens. If your feet are back behind you, it can be quite irritating on the knees. So feet forward, all the way down, all the way up. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. We'll go for 4 more, only because I wasn't counting. 3 more. Looking straight ahead. 2 more. And 1 more. Good, bring it down, halfway, and little pulses. If you've got the glute loop on, you can push out against your glute loop. If you haven't, you can just do up and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up, shake it out. Come into more of a Pilates stance type position. So the heels are towards each other and the feet are opened out to form a V shape. So it's externally rotating at your hip joint. Same thing, push back into the ball. Inhale as you sit. Exhale, bring it up. Push up. Press it up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And bring it up and then bring it down. Little pulses again for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Come into a wider stance this time. Go as wide as you're comfortable. 2 with the glute loop on. And down we go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Pushing into the, if you've got a band on, push out into it. If you haven't got a band on, just push out into the outside of your thigh or the outside of your foot. 4 more. Press it up. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Bring it back down again for your pulses for 8. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Okay, this was amazing. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of single or kind of single leg squat. You are going to use the supporting leg for balance. Tips of the toes or punch the ball of your foot is fine. Try and shift your body weight over to the side that you're using though. So the side that the foot is flat on the floor is where you're shifting your weight onto. It's the exact same thing. We're just going to come up and down. Inhale up, down, exhale up. And push up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And bring it up and then bring it down for your pulses for 8. 4, 3, 2, I'm shaking, 1, and relaxing. Give it a little shake out. We got to do the other side. Can't leave you uneven. So the same thing. Come up onto the tips of the toes of the ball of the foot. Shift your weight over to the side you're about to work. Inhale as you sit down. Exhale, push it up. Inhale to squat. Exhale to stand. And down. And bring it up. We'll go for 4 more. 2, and 1. Ooh, bring it down halfway. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Bring it up. Good job. Bring your feet in underneath your pelvis. We're going to just do some heel raises or calf raises. So lift and lower, up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Singles for 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax it. Good job. Okay, guys. Slip off this glute loop. Not sorry. Okay. So hopefully you felt that was in your glutes and in your abdominals. Any questions on any of them, please send me a message. I'll do my best to answer them. Make sure you're drinking your water as well. Got the heart rates up there today. And check out the YouTube channel. As I said, I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon putting together little small, probably 6 minute, 8 minute, 10 minute little sections that just makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more, you know, you can mix and match. Or if you really don't have time, or you just come in from your walk, your run, or whatever it is you do for cardio, and you just want something to hit the abs, hit the glutes, I'm going to try and put some of them together just to be a little bit more user friendly. So check out the YouTube channel. It's Go Away Pilates. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of the day, and take care. Bye.